choppers in the trunk. Full clip, I'm busting everything. I said shots till go down. Choppers in the trunk. I got choppers in the trunk.
Let your face, 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 let your face learn. Let's go. Fuck that.
Yo. Oh. You're all here. Boy. This is just gonna be like almost like a talking stream. It's gonna chill. If you guys, yeah, this is gonna be more of a listening party. I'm gonna go through my Unisolate EP and its influences, and I am also going to. I'm also gonna answer any questions that you guys have. So hopefully we're good. Hello guys on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm gonna put out everywhere that I am I love this song. It literally came out yesterday, but I've already fallen in love with it. Dominate by Space Laces. It's so good. Also, guys, let me know if the audio is too low. If like the music's too low or my voice is too loud, then Hello, Adam. I see you on YouTube. I see everything. Go. Alright. I'm live on Instagram. Not Instagram, sorry. Facebook and YouTube. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to put them in the chat, or you can DM me on Instagram. Free to answer them. So, yeah. Voice is a bit low. Alright, hold on, I'll turn that up. So I've got gain on, so just let me know when it's good. All these things I got to sort out. I don't want to raise the gain too much, because then I'll start clipping, which is not what I want. Alright. Cool. I had to put a noise gate on my mic. This is the first time that I've done it on my mic, but normally what I do is I just balance the audio out for the stream and the microphone, but it's a little bit different, because I'm gonna normally I'll be playing like a game or something, but so I can normally I'd be playing a game, so I'd have the audio over the top of that. But today's a little bit different, because I'm gonna have music constantly playing, or I will start it and stop it at my leisure. So so yeah. For those of you that weren't here earlier, the plan is for this stream, I'm gonna go through my my Unisolate EP. I'm gonna go through its influences, and I'm just gonna answer any questions that you guys have. So if you do have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can type them in chat, as I'm constantly going to be checking chat and Instagram. So hopefully we're all good. Cool. All right, I think we're ready to go. YouTube is just bugging me about how the FPS is too high, but I can't change it while I'm streaming, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Right, okay. So the first track on, or the title of the EP is Unisolate. So the title track is Unisolate. Its main idea behind it was I wanted to try and create something that was a little bit bouncy, a little bit dancey, but was still quite heavy, quite clubby. I think it took me about 2 weeks to fully write the track and mix it and send it off for mastering. So it took around that 2 week mark to get it all finished, but yeah, it's got a lot of influences, mainly two really friggin' good dance music artists by the name Don Diablo and Ellis, respectively. They are brilliant at what they do, and when I'm making music like Unisolate, they are my go-to. They are basically who I look up to in the like future house sort of scene. So yeah. Let me know if the as I said, let me know if the audio is too quiet on anything. I'm also going to be talking a lot, so I've got a massive bottle of water next to me. Right. Cool. For the first question, cool, I'll turn up the audio, give me a second. Let me know how that is. I can't hear the difference in change, so if it's too loud, then just type in chat as well. Are there any vocalists you want to work with? There are two in particular. First one being Becky Hill, who did one of the. Is it in here? Yeah. She did the vocals on a song called Gecko by Oliver Heldens, which is also in this playlist, which you'll hear a little bit later on. So yeah, no, she's an amazing vocalist. Like she's the exact kind of voice that I'm really looking for. Another vocalist I would say is Anna Yvette up here. Her voice is like, it's dark, but it's impactful. I don't really know how to describe it, but it when you hear it, you'll kind of understand. I'm gonna turn up the audio a little bit. Alright, so the next song after Unisolate here is Cutting Shapes by Don Diablo. This is one of the biggest influences for most of my tracks that are quite dancey. Yeah, no, I really enjoy this song a lot, so I hope you guys do too. And then after Cutting Shapes, we've got Migraine by Ellis, and then we'll be moving on to the next track, which will be Burning. But no, I also really enjoyed making an Isolate. It was a very, very, very fun track to work on. It's I'd actually have to say it's probably my favourite track to work on. There was I had a lot of ideas going through my head when making this, because I did want it to be quite dancey and at the same time quite clubby, that but it still has that kind of upbeat style that you hear mostly on the radio as well. But yeah, no, this is Cutting Shapes by Don Diablo. And the main thing that inspired Unisolate from this was kind of this section here, like the kind of chords and horns that really inspired the piano in Unisolate. And this pluck is quite nice as well. The pluck, his signature pluck is very, very nice. Really like the groove here as well. I don't know where to put my bottle now because I'm mostly going to be holding it because I'm going to be drinking all the time. I like this break section as well with that very, very deep bass there. Almost 80s style. Won't sound like a Prophet sample? Yeah, they very well might be. He hasn't really done a deconstruction on this track before, so I may have to look into that. I love singing to the song as well. Hope that didn't do anything to the mic. I like how he layers the vocals here as well. It's a nice groove. Wait, no, this isn't the shortest track on the. The vocals are quite nice on this track as well. Alright, cool. We've got Migraine by Ellis now. This is probably one of the darker tracks. This is probably one of the darker dance tracks on this playlist. But it's not the heaviest. There are the next 4 tracks after this one are basically the inspirations for Burning, the heaviest track on the EP. We've got after this we've got Burning. Then we've got song called Casket VIP, a VIP made by Marauder, and then we've got my friend Akuma's remix of Mode Steps Fallout, and then after that we've got The Summoning by Caster. I'd be surprised if you guys haven't heard of Caster. Caster is an amazing artist. Very, very orchestral stuff. I think he had a release recently. I think it was like Black Mantra or something, but it's good. He makes some good stuff. But yeah, no, you can kind of hear the inspiration for the bass line in Unisolate here. It's quite dark, it's quite gritty, yet at the same time it's still very, very dancey. And it's got that kind of swung rhythm, that you hear in Unisolate as well. This is Anna Yvette singing here now. One of the vocalists that I really badly want to work with. She's like, her voice is really, really smooth. It's quite nice as well. quite loud, it's quite impactful, and it adds quite a lot to the track here. I really like the groove here, the hi-hats and the bass line at the same time. We've after this we're gonna have Burning. I don't know if that went through, but after this we're gonna have Burning, Praying for Silence, my heaviest track on the EP. Actually, I need to turn it down here. It's gonna be really loud otherwise. Yeah, no, this track was heavily inspired by Caster. It's probably, I honestly, I'd say it's more inspired. It's got the rhythms of Marauder and Akuma, but the sound design of Caster, and you'll see what I mean when you'll see what I mean when we get around to those guys. If I'm not mistaken, I had a lot of fun writing this track as well. In fact, I had a whole lot of fun writing the EP in general. This track was just fun to work on. I love messing around with rhythms. I like creating weird, peculiar sounds that nobody would expect. But it's like, the thing is with this track, I think the reason it's the heaviest on the EP is not only is it a heavier style of music, but I think the rhythms really, really get to you if you focus on them. And the fact that it's triplets as well. So instead of being a beat divided into 4, the beat divided into 3. Really adds a lot as well. Alright, we've now got the Casket VIP by Marauder. This is probably... Marauder is a legend. He's a legend at bizarre sound design, as you'll hear in the second half of this track. This track is definitely the darkest on this EP. Not on this EP, in this playlist and this stream in general. Yeah, no. Marauder is an amazing guy. I really badly want to work with him at some point. Because I look up to him so much. He has a whole lot of influences as well. I believe he said something about like jazz. This is a heavy track, but I love it so much. because his sound design is so distorted, and he creates some really bizarre sounds. But it's mind-blowing. It's utterly mind-blowing. And you'll hear in the second half of this track, which is coming up now, like the second drop, you can just make some bizarre shit. Like, pardon my French, but you'll hear what I mean in a second. Like, I'm pretty sure. He said he made this. He made all of like the drop sounds in this track with like a guitar. This is bizarre. This is bizarre, but I like it so much. I don't know what to say, man. it's Marauder. But yeah, no. Up next we have Mode Steps, The Fallout, Akuma remix. Akuma is a really good friend of mine. She's just brilliant at what she does. Like Marauder, she can just make some insane sounds. She uses a lot of really old plugins as well, from like early, like late 2000s, early 2010s. It's just like they're utterly bizarre. I think she uses FM8 a lot. From what she told me, she uses FM8 a lot. To create her signature sort of main basses that are quite harmonic, that are also quite like heavy and impactful. I love the build up here. Builds up a lot of hype that just gets released straight as the drop hits.
This is just a
This bass here, the main bass here, was made in FM8, which is a really old synth from like 2008 or something, made by Native Instruments. It's so old, but it's so good. A signature tag, as always, in pretty much every track. Akuma is where I get most of my like glitchy sound design from, because he's got a lot of fills that are themed around like computers and stuff. But the way she makes them, they're just really bizarre to listen to, but they're really good at the same time. And there's a lot of potential you can do with like some computer glitchy sounds. Like, for example, you could throw them into a drop just to add some impact. Or you could use them here. This is a very nice contrast to the rest of the track, because I think this is it's almost like a boss fight in in a video game. I like the contrast here as well. It just goes from a really heavy metal drop to just the vocals and drums and bass. It's so good. Then it just goes back into an atmosphere. So good. Right, next we have the Summoning by Caster. This is what this is one of the inspirations for Burning. This guy is just... That's all I can say. He's just absolutely insane. He did a Q&A like last month. He's been making music for 10 years under like 5 different names. So he's got a lot of background from like things like psytrance to house music, I think to even like noise music, which is where he gets a lot of his sound design from, especially in this track. You'll hear it in a bit later.
Open your eyes.
Well, just after this build up. Reminds me of Ryzen Ironbox music. Kinda, I can see what you mean. It does sound like the Sepix Prime boss fight music. This is the sound design that I tried to replicate in Burning. Noise music is literally just a genre of music where you work with everything and anything that you have at your disposal, and you just make anything that comes to mind. It doesn't even have to line up with any tempo, any time signatures, any key. As long as you're making, well, a noise of some sort, it could be counted as noise music. It's more on the the avant-garde side of music, though. It's usually a very niche genre of music, but it's you know, it is what it is. Am I going to make this playlist public? I could, if you guys really want me to. In fact, I think it is public. Yeah, it already is public. All you need to do is go onto Spotify and type in Snarl in all caps, and then hyphen unisolate listening stream, and then you should be able to find it. And it will have all of these tracks in it. I may add more. At a later date. But for now, it's only going to have these in it. So, it is what it is. I love this drop here. If this is the melodic one, then I like it. Yeah, it's the melodic one. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I might actually put the link to the playlist on my socials and stuff. I like that synth at the end as well. It's very, very harrowing. It's very dark. It's very gloomy. Kind of the whole point of this track. But yeah, no. Faster is an amazing artist. I really want to work with him at some point. Glitchy sound at the end here is nice. Alright, cool. Next up, we have I'm Live from my EP. And then we have 2 tracks, which are going to be the, which I count as the inspirations for this track. We've got Prophecy by Charmy and Marla, and then we have Gecko, as I mentioned earlier.
I'm live, you rolling, just jump, let's keep on going. I'm live, you rolling, don't stop, just keep on going. I'm live, you rolling, just jump, let's keep on going. I'm live, you rolling, don't stop, just keep on going, 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 going.
I have to say, this track was a lot. Like as I said, the whole EP was fun to make. The reason this one was like fun to make in particular is that noise. I made that noise from scratch and just came up with it on the spot. And it's just, when you do something like that and it sounds good, there's just this rush of like adrenaline. There's just this rush of, oh shit, you know, this could be good. That I really, really felt that with this track, and I felt that, you know, I could not necessarily milk it, but, you know, use that feeling to work on the rest of the track. And kind of like on Unisolate, this is supposed to be quite dark, but yet still quite upbeat, still quite clubby as well. Which is something that, you know, for most of my house tracks, that's I think what I'm going to strive for. I'm going to strive for that clubby yet dark. But it's just that, we'll just say it's like the middle ground, where it's like the grey area in between those three, adjectives there. But yeah, no, this track in particular was inspired by a lot of G-House artists. G-House, if you're not aware, is a subgenre of house music that is that's based around kind of hip hop. It's got a lot of hip hop influences, as well as like, you know, like classic house influences. It's quite a fusion of quite a fusion of genres. Very, very, very nice. And there's a lot of things that you can do with G-House as well. Like some people like Marla make it very, very minimalistic, but still have that G-House and that hip-hop sort of theme to his tracks, whereas Charmy might make it quite melodic, because it's quite a massive umbrella for G-House. So people usually just do what they feel like defines G-House for them, and then they just roll with it, which is kind of what I did for this track as well. Screen just flickered there, that's not good. Alright, cool. We now have Prophecy by Charmy and Marla. The drums for this track are really, really nice. Quite impactful, and they're quite clicky as well. Pardon me, you can almost just like vibe to this track, because it's like the track is so atmospheric, and it goes through a lot of mood changes, because the intro is very different from the intro, and the break is very different from the drop. And we're at the break now, and you'll see what I mean soon. I'm halfway through this 1 litre bottle of water. How long's it been? Let me check OBS. 40 minutes, God. Hello, comments. How are ya? I think this drop was heavily influenced by Marla. As I said, Marla is quite minimalistic with his music, I think in one of my mixes that you can find on my YouTube, I put his track Belleville on in one of my mixes. I think it was House 2 and yeah, House 2 and my most recent House 1. But yeah, no, I love this. I like the break here. It's just a pad throwing chords at you. That it's super nice. And then the vocals come back in. There's no drums. No, there's a bass there. There is bass there. But it's just so atmospheric, and it kind of just lets you take in what you just listened to, you know? I like the little fills in between each of the phrases. They're very nice. Quite stereotypical for G House. Alright, after this track we have Gecko by Oliver Heldens. My mom loves this song. Gecko is one of those tracks that everybody's heard but nobody knows the name of. It's one of those sort of tracks. And it's just the effect there. Very nice. It's a nice release. Right, here's Gecko, Oliver Heldens. I think Heldens is Dutch. I could be very wrong there. Don't quote me on that. Oh, I didn't put the one with vocals on it, I don't think. Ah, no, this isn't the one with vocals. Ah, I made a mistake. Sorry, I'll put the, There we go. It's fixed. Actually, you know what? No, hold on. I'm gonna play the radio edit. So I'm gonna do a live edit. Ah! There we go. Yeah, sorry about that, but there we go. There are the vocals. This is Becky Hill. This is one of the other vocalists I really want to work with. I really, really love this song. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it so much. Alright, after this we're gonna have Trapped, and then we are gonna have yeah, so after this we have Trapped, off of my EP, and then we have a song called Crusade, which it's quite special. I like Crusade a lot. And we've got Choppers, which is in my my intro visualizer, and then after that we have Dominate by Space Laces. All three of these tracks are very, very nice. Cool. Here we go. Trapped. This is the main song on the EP. That's it's got a lot of glitches in it. Partially because the drop felt like it needed some of that. It needed that kind of needed that you know, glitchy sort of sound to it. This track was inspired by a lot of like the older music that I used to listen to, because I used to listen to a lot of trap music. For example, like older DJ Snake tracks, Keys and Crates, Aero Chord. So like having those guys as an influence for this track was really like fundamental. I think this was the longest track, not the longest, it took me the longest to make this track out of all four, because I had so many versions of it. I had so many different ideas that I wanted to try and incorporate. Of course you can't put everything into a track. You've got to save some ideas for something else. But like, this track in particular is it just took the longest because I had so many ideas that I wanted to put into it, and then so many ideas that didn't work, so many ideas that felt better off in another track, and so many things that just didn't go right, or just didn't feel right. Like they didn't feel right when I listened back to it. So I'd say this took me the longest out of all four of the tracks on the EP. It did take ages to mix. Cool. We now have Crusade, by Marshmello and Sudden Death. This is a, this is a bizarre track. Because when you think Marshmello, you think, oh yeah, no. You think track music. You think, you know, quite uplifting, quite, you know, energetic dance music that's still quite poppy. Not on this track. This is another one of those tracks where it's kind of like a bait and switch. it draws you in with all of these, like, with Marshmello's intro and his build-up and everything. But Sudden Death's drop just completes it for me. It's such a bait and switch, and it's such a mood change that it really ties in the track for me, like here. It's quite impactful, it's quite in your face, which is something that when I first listened to this track, I did not expect this. I like how it's kind of sorry, the live stream ended on Facebook. I think they can only be up to a maximum of an hour. Sorry, give me a second. Right. Cool, there we go. The stream is now back up on Facebook. Cool, yeah, no, I'm back up on Facebook. We are good to go. Facebook? Ah, sorry. Cool, yeah, no, we are here, we are live on Facebook again. Cool, I like this song a lot. Such a good track. Right, next we have Choppers by Space Laces and Getter. This is so dark. I love this track. It's Space Laces' sound design is probably some of the most unique sound design I've heard. It's probably like it's weird because he uses a lot of phasing, a lot of frequency shifting, a lot of like distortion, but it's weird types of distortion. It's not the usual, oh, make it loud, just kind of distortion. It's more of he distorts certain frequencies or like certain ranges of a sound, or like certain areas of a sound that give him that distinct sort of almost analog sound. I love the drop on this track. It's so stumpy. It's like a stop and start sort of thing. I just kind of want to get moving, you know. Like, as you can hear, it's kind of analog, it's kind of phasey, there's a lot of delay there as well. And of course the memes. Alright. Yeah, I've turned down the gain on my mic, so it should be a little bit quieter, but no, I shouldn't be clipping. If I am, just let me know. The song is almost like one continuous drop. It's just drop, build up, drop, build up, drop, build up, outro. It's so weird. It's a peculiar structure, but it's a peculiar structure. That's all we really need to know. Alright. After this, it's got the final track of the stream. We have Dominate by Space Isis. This was released yesterday. So I'm gonna skip ahead because there is a really loud noise at the end of this at the end of each of Space Isis tracks. This was released yesterday and I've already fallen in love with it. It's such a good track. I said it at the beginning of the last stream on Facebook and this stream on YouTube. But I love this song so much. It's just got such clubby energy to it. It's so like energetic. I think that's why I like it so much. Space Isis is into his memes a lot. So at the end of this track, you'll hear a meme, and you'll hear memes throughout as well. Like in another one of Space Isis tracks, I think he called it Cheeseburger. But there's an audio sample of somebody literally going cheeseburger, which is that's a whole lot to the track. Adam, I think you might like this one. Alright, I'm just gonna say it now before I forget. I've got another live stream on Thursday at 8 p.m. Oh, pardon me. At 8 p.m. GMT. 9 p.m. Europe time, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be a live DJ set. Yeah, so I hope you guys can make it as well. That'd be quite cool. Love the second drop. It's such a contrast, but it's such a good one too. Second drop is the best. Well, not the best. The second half of the first drop is really good. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you guys hear the meme. I'm gonna turn it up on Spotify. Alright. Oh wait, it just went straight to avoidable cause. Huh. But yeah, no. As I said during that final track, I have another live stream at on Thursday at 8 p.m. It's going to be a live DJ stream. Yeah. So if you guys can make it, that'll be really, really cool. Yeah, cool. I will see you guys another time. Hopefully I can do more of these. This was actually kind of fun. I've never done something like this before. I've never really done a listening party before. I've been to a couple, but I've never actually done one before. So hopefully I can do more like this in the future. We'll see. But cool. Thanks guys for stopping by and listening to me ramble on about a couple tracks. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys another time.